All right, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, everybody wants to know what's happening with residential real estate. We'll be talking to a couple of moguls next.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show. So I remember at the very beginning of the pandemic, there were dire predictions about what was going to happen to residential real estate. People were saying it was just going to freeze, nobody was going to do anything, and quite the opposite has come true. It's never been better. To talk about that now, Lyndzie and Hanz Stroble, they're with Three Vine Group. Thank you for coming on the show.
Absolutely. Yeah, thank you.
So I have to, before we get into residential real estate, you told me that there's a great story behind the name of the company.
Yeah.
All right. Do you want to start, Lyndzie?
Yes, I'll tell you. So he actually does a better job at telling it, but it has to do with our kiddos. So we're a blended family. We have 3 babies between the 2 of us, and when we decided to join forces in real estate, naming a company is really hard, and so we wanted it to be centered around family and what's really important, and they are, the why behind everything. And so the 3 is for the 3 babies, and then
and the vine. So we have a strong faith, and the vine is from the Bible verse, I am the vine, you are the branches, apart from me you are nothing. So it's our reminder that our company's goal is to bring our 3 closer to the vine. So that's the Three Vine Group.
Wow, that is powerful.
Yeah, right? Super deep right off the bat.
No, I love it. Forget residential real estate.
Yeah, right?
Let's just talk about your family. All right, let's talk a little bit about real estate, and the market is very strong, isn't it?
It is. It year over year, I think October was up 7%, and that's October. That's usually when things start to slow down a little bit, but it's just been picking up and picking up. It's been crazy.
And the DFW market is especially strong, I would imagine, because the economy is not nearly as bad as it is other places in the country. Are you seeing a lot of people coming in from other states?
Yeah, it's Dallas has it's pretty strong always, a little stronger than the average, but it's been a flood, and I will say I think California by far is
crazy.
Where everybody's coming from. I mean, we just did an open house last weekend, and this has happened multiple times to us, but half the people who walk in are California, or they're friends of the people who just moved here.
There's like 9 groups out of the 12 that we had come through were all from California. It was insane.
And especially in California prices, they how much house and land they can get for their money, they probably are freaking out.
Oh yeah, it's crazy. I mean, we live in Southlake, so $1 million buys you a really, really nice house. Well, out in California, $1 million buys you next to nothing. So they're really excited about that.
Well, one of the reasons why you guys are so popular and successful is because of your marketing. So we want to show a little video, and I'll have you kind of narrate this, because I believe this house is still on the market. You guys conducted an open house, but what I was most impressed with as I was doing my homework for the show is just the presentation. I mean, it's so well done.
Thank you.
Talk about the marketing and why that's so important.
I mean, I think we take a lot of pride in our marketing. We want our clients to feel special and well taken care of, and marketing is a huge deal for us, and we're always constantly learning and coming up with new stuff, and he's getting really good at he actually produced that video.
Oh, that's wow. Hey, Cecil B. DeMille.
I know
impressed.
very little about this game, but no, it's kind of a passion of mine. I used to do a little bit of acting stuff way back in the day, so
cool.
It's fun for me to kind of put together these little videos and just do something fun with it. And it's not that hard, honestly, like to just put something together, and then it looks really, really impressive, and the client's home gets out there, and just, the more eyeballs that we can get on any property. So,
yes, and it probably brings in the buyers like crazy, because nothing is better than seeing, right?
Right.
Now, at the very beginning of the pandemic, were you guys having to do virtual showings? How was that working?
Yes.
Yes, we did do a lot of that. We do a pretty good amount of like relocation stuff as well, and so people weren't able to travel and come see houses, so we did a lot of virtual showings, or we would actually go and set the showings and just go and video or FaceTime them while we were there.
Yeah, and because we do so much relocation, that was actually already part of our business, where we're doing walkthroughs for clients that are in Pittsburgh and can't come to Texas for the next 3 months,
right,
but they need to be moving into a house when they get here. So we're doing those virtual walkthroughs, and all, so we've been doing that for years, and now it just was like, oh hey, we know how to do this.
Increased a little.
Yeah.
Okay, what's it like to work together? Because I know there's a lot of there's a lot of couples who couldn't do it. What makes it work?
I think it's really fun. We like it. And it's not, I think a lot of people think you just sit in the same office for 8 hours a day if you work together, and that is so not the case, with real estate. We're constantly everywhere, and it's a huge benefit to our clients and stuff, because it's 2 for 1. Like, if we've got the kids and they need to see a house, then he goes, or, I'm doing the open house by myself because he's showing properties, or, so it actually works really well, and we have fun, and we're kind of
and she's just fun, and like I want to hang out with her, so it works out well. It's like, all right, let's make some money while we're doing it.
Newlyweds, right?
Yes.
I love that. I love that.
Married in
Okay.
January.
So, Hans, what's your strength and what's Lyndsy's strengths? I mean, most couples complement each other. What would you say your strength is?
Sure. I think my strength has always been when I meet people, they tend to like me. Not saying that's not your strength, because I feel like that's her biggest strength. But what I love about Lyndsy is if I say, hey, we need to implement this into our business, or we need to start doing this, like I turn my back and I turn back around and she's already doing it. And that's something that I've always struggled with, where I'm like, oh, idea. And then I'm like, oh, what was that idea again? And she's already working on it. So yeah, she's a kind of that go-getter and tackles it. So yeah.
And you have such a beautiful family. We're going to show some pictures. I don't know how we loaded them, but go ahead and Trey, if you... Okay, tell us about this picture here.
They were so sweet. We kind of always fall in love with our clients and end up being friends with them afterwards. It happens to us on every
love that
one,
picture.
I think. But
and I mean, those are genuine smiles. Like, we are so happy. Closing day is so exciting for the families that we get to work with, and that's our family.
There's the family. Look at that.
Oh my goodness, those are our babies.
The 3 vines.
right.
Yeah.
That is so cool. Oh my goodness! And look at that. And when I first met you guys, I said, "Man, you guys look like Abercrombie models. You can't be. You have to be actors and actresses who are just paired together." What's your business philosophy? Because I know everybody comes into a business with a certain mindset, and obviously you're both people of faith. You really are doing right by the customer every single time, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we really enjoy just helping people. One of the ideas that we have, and we hadn't even really talked about this, was we want to start kind of a blended family group, because there's so many people out there that are blending these days, and they have so many questions of, oh, well, what if my stepdaughter says this, or my stepson says this? How do I react? So we actually went through a study about that with a great group of people, and so that's something that we like to bring to people as well. But as far as philosophy, I mean, I think it's just, how can we help out? It's super
and be
easy.
Ourselves. I think that's a big thing that sets us apart, is we're very much just who we are with our clients. We're not really putting on a show or trying to be ultra professional, or kind of like what a lot of people think a realtor should look like.
As a person who's bought several homes, I love it when a realtor thinks more about me than about themselves, and trying to get me into a house I can't afford.
Sure.
And so I'm sure you guys are the same ways, where you're looking at their budget, you're looking at their house payment, and saying this would be comfortable for you. You guys could still go on vacation. You could still do these other things you want to do.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
I mean, wouldn't it be a dream to have like 100% referral-based business? I mean, and we actually operate on a high referral base, and we love that, because it says, I felt special, you did a good job, and we want everybody to feel that way. And it can be really fun too.
It is.
It's a huge decision to buy a house. It can be very stressful, and there's a lot of like questions and stuff, but there's no reason you can't have fun while you're buying a house too.
Absolutely.
Or selling.
And I find that
building.
a realtor can actually become like part therapist, because often,
man.
right, you're
goodness.
helping a couple. Maybe
Yes.
there's a death, maybe there's a divorce,
Yes.
and
of the above, yeah.
you're now part of kind of their inner circle.
Yes.
And it's crazy that, you know, we've been doing it long enough now to where we've seen people either get together, and so we help them sell their house for their bachelor pad or whatever, and then we've seen it go the other way, and
Yeah.
we're holding hands and crying with late night phone calls, and
Yeah.
I mean, we've literally done all of that. So yeah, realtor is technically the job title, but I think therapist is right beneath it. So
True.
Well, you guys are wonderful. We are absolutely going to have you back again. We're going to put up the website so everybody can get in touch. 3vinegroup.com is the website. Hanz and Lyndzie Stroble, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you.
for having
Appreciate
us.
you.
You bet. And that's it for now. We'll see you next time.